Today's topic is 8 cultural festivals around the world. What is a festival? Festival is a day or any period of celebration which brings happiness and calm to human mind. And we have pre-reading questions, which is what is culture and what is Pakistani culture. Culture is basically the ideas and customs, social behaviors of a particular group of people or a society. So Pakistani culture, it's a very unique culture, and Pakistan is enriched with traditions, and it represents the history of this region and the inhabitants of these every province. They have their diverse culture and cultural values and traditions, etc. So we have comprehension first, and we have to discuss the 8 cultural festivals around the world, and then we are going to do the exercise further. So first we are going to do the comprehension. So travel is a great way to experience different cultures. Taking part in cultural festivals from around the world is a great way to increase our understanding. So travel is a great way to learn other people's culture and their norms and traditions. So first in the list we have Chinese New Year. And Chinese New Year, it is celebrated in, or it is a traditional Chinese holiday, and it is celebrated in China. It's probably one of the biggest cultural festivals around the world, and it's also referred to the Lunar New Year, and usually takes place from late January to early February. So it takes twice a week, celebrated for 2 weeks. For example, dragons, lanterns, fireworks, and the red colors are the symbols of the Chinese New Year. So the firework music are must, and you don't have to travel all the way to uh, China to experience Chinese New Year. So these are the image that you can create in your mind of Chinese New Year with the help of these symbols like lanterns, fireworks, red color, and dragons. Um, they have these ships with dragon shape. And next we have is Holi festival. It's a religious spring festival celebrated by Hindus, and it takes place mainly in India and Nepal. And it's also known as a festival of color. So next we in the list we have a religious festival. So there are many festivals: food festivals, cultural festivals, religious festivals, national festivals, and it's one of them, which is a religious Hindu festival, spring festival, so celebrated by Hindus. So its participants, they throw color at each other, and there is a merrymaking and celebrations, and it can take place over 2 to 16 days. So it lasts from 2 to 16 days, usually in late February or during the month of March. So Carnival of Rio de Janeiro. So Rio means river. So it is named after the city in Brazil, which is one of the world biggest festival celebrated, and popular event in which is held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So festival takes place annually, and is held between Friday and Tuesday before Ash Wednesday. So the main activity of the festival is the carnival parade, which features decorative floats with various samba schools. So samba is a theme, which is music and a dance, and the party nature of the festival makes it a hit with tourists and locals as well. And next we have is Carnival of Venice. So the Carnival of Venice is similar to the Carnival of Rio. If you have ever been to this Italian city, the carnival can be a memorable event for you to see. As part of celebration, participants wear elaborate costumes and masks, and there is even a contest for the best mask. So costume is a special dress which symbolizes a kind of, which is used as a theme or a kind of symbol for something. Okay, San Fermin. San Fermin is the next festival, which takes place in Pamplona, Spain, and it's made up of several tradition folkloric events. So it's um, huge kind of festival which runs from midday of the 6th July to the midnight of the 14th July. So it is celebrated in July, and the most popular event has to be the bulls race, which takes place daily from the 7th of July. So it is undoubtedly the dangerous event, which is the running of bull, and during the hundreds of bull are you drive hundreds of bulls, and it's a dangerous act, and many people die as well in this race. So it's a kind of a great and a very enjoyable event, and people gather at the town hall and make as much noise as possible for several hours. So next we have is Oktoberfest, which is a part of the Bavarian culture, and it's celebrated in Munich, which is a city in Germany, and it's related to beer festival, where there are different kinds of beers are there, and if you are a beer lover, then you can go there and enjoy, and it runs for just over 2 weeks in late September and early October. And next we have is a Dia de Mortis. Dia de Mortis is also known as the Day of the Dead. It may sound scary, but not at all. It's a Mexican festival celebrated throughout Mexico and around the world, and the celebration take place on November the 1st and 2nd, and is used to commemorate and recall the deceased friends and family, and their efforts that you memorize and commemorate their efforts to make you kind of spiritual help or any kind of help that they might have done. So colorful decorations such as skulls and marigold have come to symbolize the event, and they symbolize is to be a symbol of something. It means to represent something else. So they symbolize the marigolds and skulls. They symbolize the event, and it is to use to commemorate the deceased friends and the family or the dead ones. And next we have is the Nebuta festival, which is held in Amori, one of the city and in Japan, and it's one of the most colorful festival. It takes place in early August and traditionally held to ward off evil spirits. So the festival consists of daily processions and culminates in a parade of illuminated floats on boats around the harbor. So it's a seaside city, Amori, and where there is this festival is celebrated. If you plan to visit any of these festivals, so it will be a great source for you to enjoy and learn and to understand the culture, different cultures, different types of cultures around the world, and it can be a kind of audible treat if there is music and celebrations. So in Pakistani cultural festivals, in Pakistan we have so many national festivals and national holidays as well, and religious festival as well: Eid ul-Fitr, Eid ul-Azha, Shab-e Barat, Eid Miladun Nabi, and on national festivals which include Independence Day on 14 August and Defense Day on 6 September, and birthday of Allama Iqbal and Qaid-e-Azam, which are our national hero. So some of the cultural festivals are also celebrated beside these festivals, like Basant, which is a spring festival of kites, and Sibi festival and cattle show as well. And it's a great way to learn the Pakistani culture, enjoy, and it shows the different ethnic and cultural values of Pakistan. Now we are going to discuss the exercise questions, and we have 7 questions. First is, how can we increase our understanding and experience? So you can take your answer from here. First 2 lines, which is, travel is a great way to experience different cultures, and taking part in cultural festivals from around the world is a great way to increase your understanding. So these 2 lines are the answer of first question. And next question is, what does Chinese New Year refer to, and when does it take place? So when does it take place? It is probably one of the biggest cultural festivals around the world, and it is also referred as the Lunar New Year, and usually takes place from late January to early February. So these 3 lines from it is probably one of the biggest cultural festival till February. From your text you can quote the answer of second question. Next we have is, what are the symbols, or which symbols are used in Chinese New Year? So these are the symbols that are used in Chinese New Year: dragons, lanterns, fireworks, and the red color are symbols of Chinese New Year. Fourth question is about Holi festival. So you can take your answer from this paragraph. Holi is a religious spring festival sorry, spring festival celebrated by Hindus and takes place mainly in India and Nepal, and it's also known as the festival of colors, and its participants throw colored powder at each other during the festival. These three lines you can quote in your answer. Next is Carnival of Rio de Janeiro. So Carnival of Rio de Janeiro, you can take your answer from the celebrations. You have to add the definite article here. The celebrations take place all around the world, and one of the most popular events is held in Rio de Janeiro till the Samba School. So these four lines, you are 4 to 5 lines you are going to quote in your answer. So next is discuss Dia de Muertos festival. So here we have Dia de Muertos festivals. You have to take it all, and first you have to define what does it mean by Dia de Muertos. Its name also decodes the meaning, which is the Day of the Dead. So from also known as the Day of the Dead till the event. So this is the answer. Next we have in Pakistan we also celebrate lots of festivals. Discuss any one of them. In Pakistan we have so many festivals. There are religious festivals which are celebrated all over the country, like Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Azha, Shab Barat. And after mentioning these 3 or 4 festivals, you have to explain one of them, which can be Eid al-Azha, and you can explain that it is celebrated on 10th of Zilhajj, the last Islamic month, and we celebrate Eid al-Azha in the memory of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, and it's Hazrat Ibrahim and Hazrat Ismail, and it's a religious festival, and they celebrate Muslims slaughter animals, lambs, cows, and sheep. So after Eid prayer, people greet each other, and millions of goats and sheep, lambs, and cows are sacrificed after Eid prayers for the sake of Allah Almighty. So you can give a detailed description on Eid al-Azha. Next we have is this mind map, in which of there are 2 boxes. One of the box is to write the name of the festival, and the next is this box is to mark the country in which the particular festival is being celebrated. For example, if you are going to write here is the Chinese New Year, then you are these aforementioned box you are going to write China. So here is a paragraph as well. You have to write the paragraph on the topic, which is festivals are a great source of economy. Festivals are a great source of economy. Then there it is, the C part of the question, paragraph about 200 words, 200 to 250 words on festivals are a source of economy. And then we have words in your sentences. You have to use these words in your sentences: festivals, tradition, symbolic, celebration, participants, decorative. So for example, festival, Chinese New Year is a traditional festival of celebrated in China, for example. So you can use it in your sentence. Then we have antonyms, which is the words that have different meaning. For example, if it's great, then its antonym will be small. So like this, you are going to write the antonyms of these words. And the grammar topic that we are going to discuss is pronoun. A pronoun is basically used instead of noun. So instead of noun, you are going to use pronoun to avoid repetition, etc., and to bring variety in a language. So a pronoun is a word or a form that substitutes a noun or a noun phrase. It can be a noun phrase as well. And then we have 2 types of pronouns: subject pronouns and object pronouns. Subject pronouns are used when the pronoun is the subject of the sentence. In English, we have this kind of sentence structure is in which we are going to write subject plus verb plus object. For example, Ali is the subject, verb is goes, and object is to school. So Ali goes to school. The subject is Ali. Or instead, if we are going to use a pronoun, so we can write here he goes to school. He will be the subject pronoun, which which comes in the beginning of a sentence. जो किसी जुमले के शुरू में pronoun आएगा तो हम उसको subject pronoun कहेंगे, और अगर जुमले के आखिर में आएगा तो हम उसको object pronoun कहेंगे. So here is the list of subject pronouns, and I, you, he, she, it, we. So they come in the beginning of a sentence and they show the subject pronoun or they show the doer of an action. सो अगर कोई बंदा कोई काम कर रहा है तो हम उसको सब्जेक्ट प्रोनाउन से शो करेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल ही गोज़ टू स्कूल और इट इज़ जस्ट आई एट द डोर. फॉर एग्जांपल दीज आर द एग्जांपल्स. इट कुड हैव बीन दे and these are all subject pronouns: I, you, he, she, it, we. So these are the examples. And object pronouns are used everywhere else. They can be in the middle of the sentence, in the last part. So in the end they can also be used. Me, you, him, her, it, us, them. So this is exactly the objective form of I, you, he, she, it. It's absolutely when we exactly that's how we are going to use in active voice and passive voice. So these are used passively. Object pronouns are used passively and they are used, the subject pronouns are used actively. So are you talking to me? So it is in the end me, him. So these are the examples. And then we have possessive pronouns. They show the ownership and never need apostrophes. Apostrophe is a comma that is used to make it's when we use contractions. Contraction is if we are going to use did not, so we are using it in contracted form. Didn't. So didn't we have used apostrophe here? It shows possession as well. So without which shows ownership or possession of something, but it's without apostrophe. They don't need apostrophe. For example, mine, yours, ये possession को show करते हैं जब हमारी किसी चीज़ पे कोई मिल्कियत होती है, कोई चीज़ हमारी, और हम किसी चीज़ के बारे में अपने relation बताते हैं तो हम कहते हैं this book is mine. So like this, these are the all possessive pronouns. Then we have reflexive pronoun. Reflex basically is, or reflex action is when you the pronoun reflects back to the subject of a sentence. For example, the subject of the sentence is I, so I did it myself. So myself is a reflexive pronoun which is focusing or which is emphasizing the doer of the action, or which is focusing the doer of the action, the subject pronoun. So myself is actually the emphasizing something when you reflects on back on the subject pronoun. Itself, themselves, ourselves. I wrote the letter myself. So it's जब हम किसी चीज़ की ताकीद कर रहे होते हैं तो उसमें भी हम reflexive pronoun कहते हैं. Itself, you can do it yourself. He wrote the letter himself. So हम ये भी कह सकते हैं he wrote the letter only, but we are emphasizing or we are reflecting back to the subject. So here is the exercise. For first is Bina is smarter than. It's an object pronoun that we are going to use, me. The students create problems for them. So it is used, it's going to be in the end, and this is the object pronoun that we are going to use. Our teacher had dinner with my friend and me. So rest you are going to do yourself. Sana and her friend. So here the friend is missing, so you can write on your own. May I speak to Jamil? This is him. And these 3 or 4 you are going to do yourself. Then we have sounds of vowel sound basically. So it's a long vowel sound with double E. Sleep, slip, it's a short vowel sound. Chase, it's a diphthong. 2 vowel sounds are coming together. Rest of the words you are going to do yourself. And these are the minimal pairs that we need to discuss, etc. Next we are going to do in next lesson.